And we're back. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen, for the technical difficulties. It seemed like somebody's internet didn't want to exist, and that seemed to be mine. Anyhow, as you can see, we've got the rest of the Fight Club. We've got me, we've got Jay Diamond, we've got Humble in the commentary booth. To finish off this main card, we have the main event of being the PS title, the co-main event of the Xbox title, and we have a stacked main card. However, without further ado, we've already left these guys waited, and let's get straight into the fight between LW Amazon versus Kev L here, Humble.
Oh, I can't wait for this one. Kev L, 3-1 at the moment in the PlayStation division, currently ranked at number 12. I believe he's coming off a loss. And I think this is a late replacement as well from King Amazon, because King Amazon is at the opposite end of the bracket jet time. He's currently 1-4. He needs a win at the moment, and it could be a massive win, because if he beats Kev L, he's going to perpetuate himself through that PlayStation rankings. Currently, he's ranked in the top 50, like 54. But this could be a huge opportunity for him to fly through the division and put himself right back up there, even after 4 losses.
Yeah, I love these late replacement fights because I don't know, it's something about, like, if I was in his position, I choose to be a late replacement. You know what I'm saying? Just to show I'm really about that. I'm really like that. You know what I'm saying? And for real, that's an opportunity just to put my name out there. You agree with me, Humble?
Yeah, it is. There's two kind of elements to it that I can kind of see, and Doctor might agree with me on this one. One of them is that you don't have to think or overthink about your fight before you go in there. You just kind of go in there and perform. The other aspect of it, though, is sometimes you don't do enough studying on your opponent or enough research on who you're fighting, so you don't kind of come in with a game plan, which, if you're fighting someone really good, is very difficult to do.
Yeah, it's always about making sure that you know your opponent as you come into the fight, or making those adjustments on the fly. A lot of late replacements you find are very good at adjusting, as mentioned. Like mentioning a very good person who always is in a late replacement spot is the guy in the co-main event of this evening, KM Caliber. He's notorious for that late replacement. Moving on to this fight, though, Amazon's fairly careful in his approach. Already lands the front kick, trying to play an aggressive game heel kick to do, but he gets clipped there.
Jose looking good, isn't he? Like, for his age, Jose age is like wine. He's looking real good against Rob Font. But Rob Font is dangerous, as you know, because he has the 5-star jab and he has the 5-star boxing. So he's always a threat. Don't you agree with me, Humble?
Yeah, 100%. But you've got to talk about Jose Aldo in real life. He's only lost to champions in 14 years. Every fight he's lost to a champion.
He's like 36, 37 at max, though. So in terms of fighting age as well, he's not even that old.
Yeah, he's not. He just done everything so early. You've got to think how young he was when he was a champion. He was a WET champion before he was the PlayStation champion. And on this game, he's an absolute menace, because his Muay Thai skills, his boxing skills mixed with that as well, they come in handy. Don't forget, this guy's a Jiu-Jitsu black belt, which kind of plays in the game. But Rob Font, struggling at the moment, Jay Diamond. You know, it's exactly what we expect when this matchup actually happens in real life.
Yeah. In real life, Jose Aldo power was the difference. Remember, Rob Font's stats was looking better, but every time he touched him, it seemed like Rob Font couldn't take that power. That's what it seemed like to me.
Well, slow and steady wins the race. Amazon not really putting the pressure that much. He's just slowly picking his opponent apart. But as I say that, Font comes back, gets the clip, and now he's putting on the pressure all the time. He's stuck against the cage using lead hooks and nearly gets killed there.
Yeah, this is something I've noticed with King Amazon, Jay Dime. I've played him a few times as well. Is there's a kind of persistence and pace you've got to take a fight in. You could be winning the fight in the first round, but if you're gonna only be able to ride a wave for 1 round, all your opponent has to do is continue with you, let you kind of get your damage off, let you kind of work, and then in the second round it's gonna be a lot easier for them to kind of open up and win those last 2 rounds.
Yeah, and also, did you say that Jose Aldo has only lost to champions?
Yeah.
Like, do you mean UFC champions or just champions in general?
UFC champions.
Hey, I'm gonna correct you.
Oh no.
Didn't he lose to Marlon Moraes?
No, he wouldn't.
No, he did. It looked like he should have won that fight. Because I Googled it when you said that. I had Googled it. So you remember, we all thought he won, but they gave it to Marlon Moraes. So technically,
did he lose
that's
that
the
fight?
one. You said what?
Did he lose that fight?
Yeah,
Humble's
I'm
now
literally.
quickly scraping around in these boxes around him to
I'm
try
looking
find out Amazon to try find Aldo's profile to see if he did lose that fight or if the judges really were bad as typical MMA judges. Which, if it went to decision, is completely viable. These two though aren't looking to go decision. Already starting out at a fairly strong pace. Amazon sticking out that jab, putting the pressure on. All of a sudden, Font trying to fight back, and he does so effectively, like so. The overhand though clips him.
Massive overhand right there, and he goes for the left hook again, and Kevel is now showing up, and this is it. This is what King Amazon needed to avoid J-Dime. This sort of boxer heavy pressure from Rob Font, and that's what he's got himself in for right now.
Yeah, Rob Font boxing is beautiful. The strikes is 51-29 right now. That's why I said avoid that boxing. The 5-star jab with the 5-star boxing, it's scary. And to me, I used to think Rob Font was the perfect counter to Petr Yan. Like, his boxing is that good on this game.
His boxing's effective. He's very long as well, which means if you can get that reach advantage going effectively and quickly, it means every time you punch, your opponent can't hit you when they're out of range. Aldo's having a bit of difficulty with that range, you've seen a couple times. Always throwing shots that kind of out of strike, but that kick does land to the body. And 3 minutes left on the clock. These two are still going at it, but it seems a bit humble.
Nice. Well, I'm just liking the forward pressure and the kind of picking apart that Rob Font's kind of doing at the moment, and Kevel is bringing to the table. He's knowing how to work. Like I said, let his opponent work. Let King Amazon kind of overshoot, overthrow too many shots, and then he's coming in with nice precision striking, which is really hurting his opponent right there.
The precision of an overhand can sometimes be the most deadly tool. Does get the knockdown there. The stamina as well. Aldo's only known for being a 2-round man in some cases, and Font's stamina is really proving that as he gets a clip with the elbow. That was clean as all hell. A little slip off to the side, gets the elbow clip there, Jay, and it was lights out for poor Aldo.
Yeah, that was actually a really good performance by Rob Font, and I feel really bad for Jose Aldo because he's an absolute legend, and to get put out like that hurts me. That hurts me to see. Don't that hurts you too? It got to.
I'm changing his name, J-Dime, because he's called Kevel, but I'm changing him to Kev Elbow, because that was a fantastic shot right there that he came through with. I just like his time and his precision in that entire fight, J-Dime.
As you can tell, Humble making some really bad jokes across the board.
No way.
Oh, Kevel, he's that
Kev Elbow?
Kev Elbow.
Did you write that down? Did you write that down, bro?
Nope.
No, Humble's that
looking at
bad
his name.
joke making that he will just come with it out off the fly.
Off the fly. Hey, it was beautiful. Kev Elbow. That's he's getting called that from now on. Kev Elbow goes 4-1 in the PlayStation division. He was number 12. It's gonna put him up, even if it was. I know he's jumped in at last moment to kind of take the fight, a short notice replacement fight, Doctor. But Amazon did well to start that round, but give it the more experienced, the guy with the better record ends up coming through later on in the fight.
He did indeed. Both of them are looking good. Both of them top prospects within the PS division. But now let's move over to the Xbox division on tonight's main card. We got the middleweight division, Broomstick versus Kimura. Oh, something along those lines. I've always, but don't trust me with pronunciation is the simple way to do it. But well, looks of it, we're going to have a Silva versus Vettori matchup on the line, and both of these opponents are known for their interesting styles. Broom more for the idea of the striking. Evidently, Kimura may be wanting to look more for a grappling basis by the seems of it.
So it looks like it's going to be like that, and let's look at this ping at the moment. It seems to be fine. Are these guys going to get locked and loaded? Sometimes there's surprises, Jay, and kind of switch characters when we start talking about the game plans and how each fighter should play. So we'll just wait a second because we've been duped before, haven't we, Jay?
Yeah, we definitely have.
No, they're sticking in.
And you said something about the ping. Is that what you said?
I was just checking on it. It just
because
when I see 130, I think about it.
Last fight it was on like 160 something. It was on like 160 something, but it still was smooth. Sometimes, even when it's a high ping, it still moves smoothly sometimes.
Yeah, it's not necessarily about a high ping. It's just about the movement and the jumping in that sort of category. I play my friend Naveed, who's 400-500 ping, and it's absolutely fine.
No, I don't believe that. No, I don't believe
I'm
it.
telling you, it is. It's absolutely steady. It doesn't move.
A steady 500.
Just
Okay, I don't
distance.
know.
Just distance.
So I'm going to talk about pings later. Let's get to the Anderson Silva and Marvin Vettori fight.
Nice work right there. Goes to the body, comes back up, and Vettori's starting to push that pressure on him, Doctor, and push him against the fence.
Yeah, he's pushing him against the fence, but the jabs and everything there just come out and re-establish that distance. Broomstick maintain that control all of a sudden. So even if the pressure Vettori gets too much, he's not a striker. Vettori's going to have issues if he wants to keep it on the feet against Silva, but so far, if he can get him against that cage, maybe he stands a good chance to shoot the takedown, but so far, no takedowns have really been shot into the general vicinity of someone like the Spider Silva.
Ooh,
Maybe he doesn't need one.
Vettori been working on his striking. I'm telling you, you said he wasn't much of a striker. Now he is. He's been working.
Everyone get a lucky drop. You're never particularly sure.
I don't know. It looked like he'd been working on his striking. I don't think that was luck. It looked like Marvin been in the lab. He's not Anderson, but it looked like he'd been practicing a little bit.
Ooh,
Just a little
there,
bit.
though.
Yeah.
Up from Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva starting to fire back now, starting to find the home. And he, he
that's
gets stopped with an uppercut right there, and he's jumped on him. And this is going to be some ground and pound right now, Doctor.
Well, that's some heavy ground and pound, already consistent with the shots. Didn't do a good job of not getting to reverse. The drop, 2 drops in the favour of Vettori, some heavy ground and pound to go with it. Is he going to get straight back on the feet? He wants nothing to do with the grappling. He just wants to strike for days, and Kingdom comes him back again.
Bro, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I'm surprised we're in a world where Marvin can stand up with a prime Anderson Silva right now. Like, who has he been training with? Because this is impressive that he's able to stand right now. A prime Anderson Silva. Like, humble. Whoever that is, training him, you got to work with him. Because Marvin Vettori is over here. He's surprising me, pleasantly surprising me.
At the same time, Broomstick's not using the sort of techniques that I'd expect somebody to use when someone's coming forward with a press-heavy boxing style, Doctor. Usually you want to go to the body a lot more. You've got to use the knees, the elbows, the clinch. You can't just rely on boxing your opponent back.
Well, what were you talking about, Humble? Evidently he took that to heart.
What did he say? It is over. What did he say? Humble, say that one more time.
What did you say exactly, Humble?
What you can't do is box heavy your opponent back, and oh my god!
Broomstick took that statement to heart, came out and knocked his opponent down, having a very quick comeback there. This is also a reason why, if you want to strike, maybe not use a grappler, and this comes from a guy who happily strikes on the feet with Maya.
To be fair, he was having trouble before that, that's all I'm saying. But it was a fantastic adjustment.
He was, but Gucci heard everything you said. He said, hold on real quick. Let me tee up real quick.
Yeah, Gucci took it all to heart and ended up coming out being the better striker. But speaking of strikers, we have BMF Stoyan stepping in against TMM Storm Reapers. We've seen Reaper fight earlier from the TMM camp. I think he won, if I wasn't mistaken, in surprisingly good fashion. But now we get to see his campmate do it up in the featherweight division. By the looks of it, we're going to have a Volkanovski versus McGregor fight.
Volkanovski versus McGregor. Interesting matchup. He's actually called him out recently as well, J Dan, which is a crazy one because you've got in real life you have Conor McGregor saying he's going to fight Usman at welterweight, which you know Usman's going to jump on because he's looking for a money fight at the moment. That's the easiest fight Usman's going to have.
So is Volk looking for a money fight too. He said Conor's a dream fight. Like, you know, you can fight for titles, right? But the money fight is fighting Conor. Because think about this. Dustin could have had a title fight, but he fought Conor.
And he made about 10 times more money.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you want to feed your family. You want to have your family set for life. So I'm not mad at Volk for calling out Conor. Kamaru Usman wanted a money fight either. Him talking about Canelo, I'm not mad about that. Because you want to feed your family at the end of the day, Humble.
Oh, 100%. But these two guys as well in the prime time cage at the moment. Currently, Stoyan riding a bit of a win streak coming. He's at number 10 at the moment, so he's looking to push himself right up there. And Storm as well has been up there. I think he dropped down recently, but again, another top competitor from last season, Doctor, and they've got two fantastic characters now to showcase these ones. I think it's the first time we've seen these two on the card tonight.
Yeah, I think Volkanovski. We have had a McGregor earlier, but that was in the lightweight division against Masvidal. Volkanovski finally makes his return though to the cage. This is kind of the effect of having the 4-star rule, and it's brilliant to see this more diverse pick. We've seen a lot of ruthless Robbie Lawlers, if anything, actually, but these two are going at it, going steady. I'm expecting to see a takedown already by Storian, and as I say, a lovely takedown that shot straight into half guard. McGregor now needs to look to full guard and work his way up. Full guard's a position in which it gives you the most options for get-ups, but Volkanovski evidently wants top mount.
I don't think this is where Conor wants to be right now. Even though Volk's not a big guy, but you don't want someone on top of you. Like, this is how people love fighting Conor, because Conor's striking's elite, but put him on the ground, tire him out a little bit. So maybe he'll quit. We don't know. You know what I'm saying, Humble?
Yeah, 100%. I'm going to tell you something about Stoyan, though. He is the type of player who doesn't like to grapple because he finds it unaesthetically pleasing not to do that. But he is one of the best grapplers in the world. I have been held on the ground for 5 minutes, round after round, from Stoyan after
That's not hard to do.
For doing something. Dog, don't you lie. after holding him down, and that's exactly what Stoyan could do, but he can do it with someone like McGregor as well. So if he gets a position where he can reverse the tables here and get on top of Storm's got to be careful. But great game plan so far from Storm to kind of hold him on the ground, and he's winning right now, isn't he, Doc?
Yeah, he's staying fairly patient. Even the kind of reduced ground and pound he's doing, he's more just letting the Stoyan mess about in the full guard. If he just keeps his patient, lands maybe a couple more ground and pound strikes, he's probably secured the round. However, if I am a Storm right now, I'm getting out of full guard. Full guard's the easiest place for a get up. It's the easiest place to build GA for you to work out a get up, and so if you can do that in any ways, you can see you're just going to have a better time. If you have a good full guard, you have a good bottom game is majority of the cases. And now Stoyan already playing the aggressive game. He knows that he may be down on the scorecard, so if he can get the striking going here, Jay, maybe he stands a chance of winning this round back.
Yeah, especially with the power that Conor has. With Conor, one shot to change it all too. And then, Conor accuracy it may be a 99 in this division. So, Conor punches kind of track you. So it really takes one good shot and you can change the outcome of this fight.
I actually liked what Storm was doing in the start of that, because he wasted 2 minutes. Even if he was in mount, he didn't go for any of the positions because maybe he was scared of a denial and easier, but he did waste 2 minutes. That's a close round. And when they did get back to the feet, Conor was actually walking into some of the shots as well. You can see there from the judges, it's such a close fight. That's a close round. 60-something shots to 45, but
10-7 significance. We're good
at the ground control as well. It's one of them you don't really know in that one.
I wouldn't want to be the judges.
Yeah, that's a tough one. But Storm could do that again. He might be able to get ahead on them scorecards.
And Storm's fighting well, honestly. I don't know if Stoyan was the favorite, but Storm is fighting well.
Oh,
denial. Ooh, he was ready for it. That's a late denial, too.
That's a big change of style there. Just making sure that one takedown shows that Storm now needs to be looking for the takedown setup to get it properly. But Stoyan, he's put on this pressure all of a sudden, and I always say it. Pressure is arguably the best way of beating the takedown. If you don't know your opponent the distance or the ways to set it up, but you can't get through it, and especially as you start getting touched, that jab, that straight, the lead hooks, the block, just so deadly here, Humble.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful work right there. He shot for a single leg at the right time, gets him down to the mat, and now he's on top of him. And Storm just doing a good job right there, but he was getting touched up during time. Stoyan just started to find the nice point there. He kind of broke through that first layer and started to crack his opponent and touch the guard, and some of those shots were starting to sneak through, and Storm did a good job of mixing up his game plan right there and taking it to the mat.
Yeah, that's why it was smart for him to take him down, because Stoyan was starting to come back and starting to build some momentum and get his rhythm. So you messed that up by putting him back on this ground.
Well, we have an armbar attempt here. This could be difficult. So far, the Blues in the lead. Volkanovski had a very bad start. He can still maintain it, but
he's going to escape. It looks like he's going to escape this.
Stoyan
Yeah,
playing a bit of possum here as well. It looks like, oh, I thought Stoyan was trying to give him some extra bar right there just to get him advancing so he could get a flip over. But Storm being wise to that kind of bails on that position, which is solidly important for players who don't know that. If you're watching and you're not kind of an experienced player, if you keep going with that submission, you know they're going to get out. They'll get on top and they'll get an advantageous position, which you've got to avoid.
yep. Now we see a Gilly. It's brought in a very advantageous position, but if you can get it into the third stage, get into that top mount, it's very advantageous if you can get it to. The issue is, can you get it to that stage?
Oh,
You
he's got
see,
good luck.
it's got the Surge Lock. He just needs to get a bit more of it before he escapes, get the roll,
get it.
and
He's escaping
get
it.
it.
he
He's gonna
does
get it.
so. There
He's
you go.
escaping it. Oh,
He got it. He got what he wanted. He got that top position in Mount Dock, just as you were talking about, and that's exactly why he went for that position. And look at the ground and pound now, Jay.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Storm is looking good right now. And it looks like Storm. Do you have Storm winning this round? Because I think Storm won. He may be up to. Oh, okay. He reverses. Okay, he's back up. Connor need to do something now.
Maybe a knockdown with no Con's power. Storm's having an interesting time. Shouldn't pull back when he needs to zig, when he needs to zag. Screwed up that saying entirely. However, round 2 definitely went to Volk. Round 1 can go either way. So the third and final round, Humble, is, as you say, the most important of them all.
I always say most important round of them all, especially if you have a close round, because that's where the judges. It's been tried and tested by great players. The third round is the one that you can weigh a fight, and that's where you see some of them decisions kind of get swayed. Always look at that third and say, did I win that one? Because if it's a no, that's probably the reason you lost the fight, not actually because you lost 2 rounds. And Stoyan's still got a chance right now to do some damage and do the hurt. But if I'm him, I'm going for a finish. But Jay, every time he goes forward, he's walking into a takedown or some shots coming back to him, which are more effective because he's walking at them.
Yeah, but he's starting to cut this ring off. He's starting to push him to the cage a little bit, but he's eating shots too. What? That's a smart takedown. You're
That's
right,
a
like you
lovely
said. Humble.
takedown.
MMA right now, that's exactly what is happening. Just great game plan from Storm to make Stoyan walk into the forward pressure, the forward oncoming traffic of punches and kicks. And then when he's not expecting it, he just ducks under that arm and gets that single leg or a double leg takedown when at will in this fight. And now he's on top of his opponent, Doctor. He's going to be looking to ride out that clock.
Well, another deny there goes for the back sitting. Could look for a top mount from here, maybe the backside, but he already had the backside. Gets to deny though, so probably top mount is the position to look for. Lovely deny there by Stoyan. Does get full guard.
Ooh. Will it change? Will this Stoyan needs to do something, because right now I don't know how they scored the first round. It's a close fight, but someone got to take this round because this is the most important round, and I think it's a close fight.
And he hasn't even hurt his opponent yet as well, J-Dam. He's not, he's walked into another takedown right there. And he's going to be annoyed right now because he's trying his hardest to kind of get something going, but he can't seem to get any sort of rhythm with Storm kind of doing what he's doing right now. It's a great game plan from Storm. I'd like to see a few more takedown denials from Stoyan so he could have some of that damage Doc.
It's just a case of every time that Storm has been given like even the slightest bit of distance on the feet, he's used it to his advantage and shot a takedown and got it cleanly. It's as Stoyan's resetting on the feet that has caused the biggest issues and has caused us to be here in a majority of places. The takedown shots have worked perfectly. We've got a minute left on the clock. Goes to the full guard, doesn't get it, a deny. A gas tank's fairly empty, and now we're into side saddle. These elbows can do some serious damage and definitely win on the scorecards if you're not careful.
Here we go. Did he just rage quit? He just got out of there.
Well, you give his opponent a loss. Well, you lose less. I guess you lose more points for rage quitting, and you also give your opponent.
Did he just
finish.
Wait? No. Bro, listen to me. I think that's worse than losing, bro. I can lose, I get my ass whooped, but I can't quit. That's like taking 2 L's, because that giving, he just got out of there.
I reverse.
It is. I'll say this.
You can understand the frustration.
Massive shame.
No, I understand the frustration.
I will say this though, Doctor, and I think it's incredibly important to say this. From somebody that's in a camp that has another league that we all know that other league for, and he works for that league and does stuff for that other league, he knows that quitting a league fight is completely disrespectful and you shouldn't do that. So Stoyan, I don't think that's very good attitude to show you, especially from a camp that you're in. You know, it's not something that I would do in that organization, or any of our staff would do. I don't think that's fair. So on that note, we'll move on from that fight, but I think that needs to be said.
I do agree. It is a shame when it rage quits. To a point, understand it. It's a league fight. You've accepted this, and sometimes league fights don't go the way it do. Sometimes people frustrate you, especially when it comes to grappling. But again, it's still no reason to rage quit. However, on that somber note, let's move back into the co-main event of this evening. Two members from the War Count. You have Trials War versus Assassinino War in the welterweight division. Any picks available? I'm not sure who they banned off the top of my head, but let's get straight into this.
Oh, this one's going to be a fantastic fight.
I
Both
believe
guys from
3-0?
that War Camp.
I think both of them are 3.
Assassin's War is a fantastic player, and so is it Trials? Did you say? Sorry.
Yeah, Trials War under the name
Trials
of
War,
Poirier War.
Yeah, that's the one. Right there. Trials War is currently number 2. He's 3-0. Assassin's War is currently number 3, who is 3-0. So both guys knocking on the door for a title shot. And this essentially is a number 1 contender fight. I don't think we can deny that, unless there's someone else who's playing up further on the card that could be potentially.
Nope. After this, we have the 2 title fights of this evening. So Filthy Uncle Ben should definitely be looking at this fight, since this is most likely.
I'm happy to say that. Yeah.
Hey, here we go. Oh, Poirier War. I like him a lot. I forgot. He had a good performance last week. Was it last week? I watched him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I like him. And Leon Edwards is my favorite to use in welterweight. Leon, to me, he's one of the most well-rounded fighters in this division. And he has the highest body health. He has a 96 body health on this game, too.
I feel like there's someone higher with 96 body health, but I'm not.
In that division?
I don't know. Either way, though, both of them are going at it. Luque has got a chin made of steel. He's fairly compatible even against someone like Usman, and now we're back at it. Toss doesn't get a takedown, sadly, but again, jabs, very slow, very methodical. Goes to the body kick, doesn't get it, digs down to that body. This seems like it's going to be a fight of who can get the better shot with the kind of better counters. It's about doing the body work. It's about doing the damage in any possible way they can here, Humble.
Yeah, 100%. And like you said last week, both of these guys competed and had massive wins, especially Trials War over Kev who we seen earlier on, or Kev Elbow, and then Assassin's War over Moolah as well. So these guys have fought to where they need to be. Assassin's War is currently hurt right now with Luque as he gets pushed back to the fence with a nice teep to the body, as Jay Dime points out right there, Jay.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, I may be a little biased because I like Leon Edwards. I like his style of fighting.
Oh my God, he's got him.
It's over. It is over.
How is he unconscious?
Oh my God, he turned into Neo from the Matrix and started moving his head at will.
A bit more than Neo, I feel like.
I thought it was over.
Next level head movement right there.
Well, that set the pace of this fight, evidently.
So it didn't end?
No,
the fight is
still
still going. He's still got a chance, and he's being ducked that head kick. Assassin War needs to calm that down and kind of gather himself right now, because Trials War. Oh, he's got him.
Okay, I'm glad they ain't stopped the fight.
It's a scary place to be.
Oh, number 1 contender fight.
They lucky I'm not the referee. I would have stopped the fight. I would have ruined it.
Oh, threw in the towel. He would have been J Dime TV who threw in the towel right there, but he continues. Oh, he catches him with a spin kick. Well, that seems out of kind of desperation at times. I think the boxing's starting to work the head movement, and the kicks have been getting him in trouble at the moment, Doctor.
I mean, the kicks were working quite well earlier on. You saw it attacking the body a bit more. The boxing on Edwards is playing the most part, and that is a way to bloody do it. Jesus hell Christ.
Oh my, that's the dead body.
Right there, J-Dime. Yeah,
he's dead. You can't stop him. He's dead. The fight, put him out. Like,
nature has taken its course. Trials War becomes probably the number 1 contender, all things considered. He killed a man in the octagon there, and that's a way to make a statement on how to become one.
I don't think you can argue it, right, J Dime? You got a first round finish against the number 3 seed in the first round. You know,
He is the #1 contender. With that performance, he is
Filthy
the.
Uncle
He
Ben.
killed the man too.
The main event is the PS title fight. That's probably his next contender. He has got to be wary of that. However, before we get to that main event this evening of the PS title fight against KA Tiger, I'll let Humble pronounce it, versus Kyojo in the featherweight division, we have the Xbox title fight. Fadinator against KM Caliber, again in the same weight, interestingly enough. I'm not sure if that's just the way the cards have fell or it's an intentional, but well, that seems it. We got Fadinator in the red corner, the champion in disguise, beating on Esto to get his belt this week, versus KM Caliber, who's gone Chan Sung Jung of all fighters against Conor McGregor.
Oh, I love this Caliber. This is made me so biased right now because Chan Sung Jung.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Fear of fire. As we know, the Korean zombie. He's an absolute animal. Everything I do is based on him on my YouTube. But yeah, the Korean zombie's got great technical boxing, obviously from a lot of it's from the military as well. But Conor McGregor, one of the best strikers on this game, of Fadinator, you can see there was 6-0, and I'm pretty sure Fadinator beat Caliber in the Grand Prix, if I'm correct, Doctor. If I'm right?
Yes, that sounds correct.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, he beat Caliber on the way to the fight with Trixie that they had. So Caliber's got a chance for revenge now. Jay Diamond. He's one of my dark horses because I think he gets better every time I see him, but he needs to use his grappling. Jay Diamond.
Yeah, but you know why he's one of your dark horses? Because he has the Korean zombie right now. That's why. Because obviously,
always like.
Obviously, you're biased, but I love Conor. I'm not, but I'm being unbiased right now. The best man will win, but you know who I think the best man is?
Neither of these people. Who knows?
He said neither.
But Fadinator is looking to put on the pressure. KM Caliber staying fairly steady in his approach. He's getting his jabs, he's getting straighted. But you look at the way he's using that kickboxing, he's looking to play it steady. He knows that Conor doesn't have the greatest gas tank, so maybe if he can gas him out in some way or form, he maybe have some success. However, you are fighting Fadinator, a fighter notorious for his entire style. He's using the notorious, and so he has that power as well here, Humble.
Yeah, he does. And Jade meant Conor because he's a Conor stan, but it is what it is, and it's going to be an interesting one because reason I like Caliber so much is because he always picks characters like this,
Beautiful, Conor.
which takes a lot more skill to learn and use, because even every division he always picks different characters. You don't, it's not kind of meta picks, I like to say, but Fadinator is an absolute beast. He also my colleague who works for me on the PlayStation matchmaking side, so Fadinator is also a fantastic fighter, and he's dominated in pretty much every fight last season, apart from the fight with Trixie. We know he's got over that hump, so it'll be interesting if he can kind of use that momentum as the champion now and keep running with that shit time.
Yeah. And I was about to say I like these body kicks. But yeah. I like the way this Conor's fighting, but this Chan Jung Sung,
Right.
oh, okay, wait, Korean zombie. I probably got his name backwards. I probably got his name
You
backwards.
said right.
Oh, I got it right. Okay. Cuz I always call him the Korean zombie. But he's fighting well, but he got to be careful that Conor McGregor power, especially in the featherweight division.
Well, it's interesting, like watching this fight out, currently how it's going. You do have McGregor playing this boxing game, looking to pepper the body all over, but you have Caliber working this leg and happy to stand in front of Fadinator, very content, wise, very happy just to fire any strikes he can. Both of them seem like they are very comfortable with each other, but also slightly ambiguous on what they're going to end up having to deal with over the course of this fight here, Humble.
Yeah, definitely. A very interesting one as well. It's a 5-round fight. We've got to remember that. And when we did our fighter breakdown and a few meetings, it was yourself, Doctor, that reminded me that in a lot of fights where Trixie had beat Fadinator, that Trixie had attacked the leg of Fadinator in every single one of those fights, that he'd when he started attacking that leg, that's when he started to beat him, when the leg was kind of down there. So it'll be interesting to see if Caliber's done his research on that and he's going to go after that leg to try and get it hurt for later on in the rounds.
Honestly, listen, y'all said he's attacking Conor's leg. He is. But, Doctor, as we know, Connor don't need two legs.
No,
You seen that
yeah,
earlier.
Yeah,
He
no,
don't
this
need two legs.
called him back to an earlier fight with TMF. Noggin. Had his lead leg kicked out for a lot of it. He didn't switch stance at all, and he came back and kicked his opponent with the other leg. So as you know, you don't need two legs. You just need one decently working and a bit of punch power. But seems to it though, Caliber is saying that maybe you do need two legs to really fight him.
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys, casual Conor fans, if you've not just watched him break his leg in the octagon, this guy's got a weakness that is in his leg right now, and that's exactly where Jung is aiming for. He's trying to hurt those legs. And you can say that all you want, but his leg health was taken away from him after that is part of a stat in the UFC, so it actually does translate over in somewhat form of sense, and hopefully a bit more in the future, depending on how he comes back. Obviously, we don't know quite yet in the real life, but it's a good game plan from Caliber because it's going to take his base away, and you take away the punch and power, and it also mixes it up. You go low, you go high, J Dime. It sets up the head when you go low.
Yeah, he is fighting smart, but he got to be careful because Connor's not playing with him. He got to be careful because Connor heard what you said, and like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Connor knocks him out after you said that, Humble.
Nice work right there. He goes back for that. And the way Conor acts at the moment, I'm surprised I haven't got a tweet from the real Conor McGregor for this and the actual fake one. That's what he's like at the moment. But, you know, nice work right there as he's coming back down and going right to the body with the teep again. I'm liking how Fadden is slowing the pace down, Doctor, and just starting to land one or two strikes, singles at a time.
Yeah, he notices that maybe he's going to get clipped if he does it, and so let's not overexert. Let's just keep patient, throw only when I need to, because sometimes that's better. If your opponent has lower cardio and you land, it just does more damage, and that seems to be the case here. On a side note to you being biased, I feel like your biasness is definitely creeping in about you not wanting liking Conor either.
Oh, a beautiful shot right there.
That's a brilliant job there by Fadden.
What did you say? What have you said about Connor?
Nice work.
He locks him up.
Stops the ground and pound, and Fadden did a great job right there, just dropping his opponent. I think he's starting to find his range right now, and Caliber needs to either completely get out of or submerge himself from that pocket. He needs to stop them teeps as well. Permanent body damage coming over time, and you can see it adding up as the stamina starts to be in Fadden's favour as well, J-Dime.
He don't got to answer for them teeps. The body kicks, yep. His body health is low, too. And if I was him, I would throw a couple air kick to his body, too, just to mix it up. I'd throw one.
Well, that seems to be the adjustment as well, J-Dime, that he's made, because when somebody kicks you, when someone's kicking your legs, if you deep, then they also fall over and they lose a bit of that body, the stamina from falling over as well. And obviously you can get more of a position when they come back with the knees to the body and knees to the head. So good work from Fadden to mix that up.
Yeah. He's making me and Conor proud right now. This may be over. This may be over. It's over.
Congratulations to Fadden, who gets the win, and he's the Xbox champion. Gets the win in the second round by KO. Beautiful work right there from Fadden, and remaining champion and being a formidable opponent in Caliber, Doctor.
Yeah, fantastic job there. Just having a look at the quick stats. Fadden seemed like he got 27-18 at the very end in that second round. But overall, fantastic job to both guys. And that brings us on to tonight's main event of this evening. We have K.I. Taj versus Kyojo Tajbri, probably known as Filthy Uncle Ben. He won his belt off of Bang Bang. His first defense was against his campmate of K.I. Notorious. And so, let's get hopefully straight into this one.
I'm not waiting for this one. If you want to know how to say his name, it's quite simple as well. It's just Tiger without the R. So it's K.I. Tag? Yeah, K.I.
Tag.
Even I struggle with it.
Can't even pronounce it.
The Irish names we do. It's all
the Irish names.
Yeah.
K.I.A. Tig. Right, everybody, Tig. We all say it together.
It's hard enough to say in an intro, let alone trying to put God. You may just mean Uncle Ben.
Let us talk about it though. Filthy Uncle Ben now. K.I.A. Tag has done a fantastic job in this PlayStation division. Obviously, he did a great job in the Grand Prix, but since the Grand Prix, he's been on an absolute tear, going through pretty much everyone he's had to get to that belt. And when he had an opportunity, we saw him fight Bang Bang. He ends up putting him out. He fights his teammate Notorious, and what a fight that was as well. J-Dan, you called that with me. It was an absolute insane fight, and he's just continued to impress, which is why he's headlining the cards when he is because of his fighting style, his attitude, and the way he's performing at the moment. He's been taken prime time by storm.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Though I agree with that, but like, he's slowly becoming one of my favorite fighters on here because formerly known as Uncle Ben, KIA Tig. I got it right? Humble?
Say it again?
Yeah, KIA Tig.
Yeah, that's right. Just Tig, yeah.
Tig.
Right, yeah, I got it right. Yeah, formerly known as Filthy Uncle Ben. He's put on nothing but impressive performances since I've been here.
Yeah, there's a few people as well who are very impressed by him. I get messages all the time about his striking. And I'll be honest, I spar this guy a lot. He's probably my main sparring partner in KIA. We just constantly spar. We have them fights where we're trying our best both to beat each other, but maybe there's 12 or 30 knockdowns each because we don't jump a lot of the times. But it's to the point where there's literally no energy left, no stamina, nothing going on. And the thing that impresses me the most of him is his constant evolvement of his game. His patient game is absolutely incredible when it wants to be. It's up there because he studies the people like Ed Parker, Young Po, Eazy-E, all these top strikers that are in the top echelon of the ESFL, and Suave Jamie and all these other guys. He studied these guys, he's watched them come through, and he's also played a lot of people in Al Camp to evolve his game. And it's not just based around people in Al Camp. He goes out there and he spars all these other people, and that's why it gets good. But Carujo is a monster himself and a great grappler, Doc.
He is a great grappler, and I assume with a Volkanovski pick, that's where we're going to see it very early. However, we've seen Tug have a very effective style in the striking. Also, I think we've also seen use the grappling to his advantage when he wants to, and he's already digging down to that body. He knows that if he's going to fight someone like Volkanovski, he's going to want to work that cardio very quickly, because otherwise the recovery may come back to bite him in the arse later on.
Ooh. I love Uncle Ben's style, though. I love that patient style. It's a lot of people like high pace, high action style. I like the patient style. I like watching this.
Jesus Christ.
Ooh, that's nice.
Right now, he's starting to keep the body. It's beautiful work, and look at that there. I love his head kicks as well that he's doing at the moment. They are single masterpieces, just timing and precision.
Timing beats speed.
His body shot. Knee afterwards. Oh, their body work so far. And then Carujo with two beautiful hooks to the body, Doc.
Timing beats speed, power beats precision beats power, and it seems like even Volkanovski's power doesn't have much to offer when you have McGregor just looking for every kind of shot. He's dinged that body in the exact same time that stamina's low, and he's capitalizing on it massively. Both of these opponents are just brooding. You can see those uppercuts constantly going through the block of Filthy Uncle Ben every time, doing some damage.
Yeah, as well as he's doing, I'd like to see him be a bit more defensive as he sounds. He's looking to fire back after his opponent. His opponent's just throwing an extra couple of shots at the end right there and rallying his combos. I'd like to see Tiger just realise that and realise you can just do singles and get in and out.
Ben, throw that capoeira kick, please. This is the perfect time to throw it, too. He's getting his body health low, too.
Nice work. Oh, he's rocked him. I'm on his legs right now.
Just got a bit scared there as he went.
Them body shots, though. Them body shots is crazy.
Both of them are just wanting to kill each other's body. It seems like they don't care for the head health. The head health is only an offset. They want to give each other liver damage and make them pee blood for the next month, it seems like.
It's the footwork as well. If you watch Tag's feet, watch where he puts his feet. He plants his feet right in the center. Oh, he gets caught. Carujo's got a chance to win the belt.
It's the commentator cursed again. Humble got to be quiet. Humble has to be quiet.
That's the thing I was saying though about earlier on. He can take his time. It's a 5-round fight. He needs to realize that.
Yeah.
And he is doing a great job of planting his feet right in front of his opponent. But that opens up, doesn't it?
Doesn't he do all the work within the first round?
For real, it looked like Ben want to get him out of there. Okay, it's over. It's over. Fight it.
What?
Oh,
The fight was about to end.
That was
The fight was about
legitimately
to
saved by the bell.
Oh,
It looked like he
that's-
got finished and he didn't at the same time.
Volkanovski woke
Bro,
up
he
right there and said,
literally just
"What
got saved by the bell. That's
Oh, he's
Oh my-
dropped him. Oh, referee needs to jump right now. This is going to be.
I
It's
think-
one shot.
Oh,
Referee, get.
I
ref,
think Ben
stop
gonna
the
keep letting him
fight.
get up.
Ref,
He
stop
gonna
the
keep letting him
fight.
get up. He gonna
Ref,
keep
stop
letting
the
him get
fight.
up.
Ref,
Yeah,
stop the
it's
fight.
over.
Ref,
It's
stop
over.
it.
It is
Stop it,
over.
ref. Ref.
It is
Stop the
over.
fight.
Well
For God's sake,
then.
referee. Jesus Christ, that man took way too much punishment.
Filthy Uncle Ben didn't want 1 round, let alone 2. Sadly, he got 2, and Kyojo took a beating that may have not been done if it was an IRL fight. However, that puts another defense into the category of Filthy Uncle Ben. The bodywork, the footwork, as you mentioned, he is an impressive person to see fight. He's the PlayStation champion at prime time, and he is for good reason. He showcased it in this fight. Kyojo was his next willing victim, sadly. We saw the probably next number 1 contender within Charles War in the co-main event. That's even worse, if so.
I think they've already fought as well.
Oh,
And
no.
I think Ben. I'd have to double check this, and we'll come back to you. But I do think these two have fought. Which I tell you, Charles has earned his way back to a rematch, maybe, or maybe they fought last season. I can't quite remember, but we'll have to check that one out, Doctor.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility on the line. But that is the Fight Night 38 done. We've had 2 title fights. We've had a hectic main card. We've had a fantastic prelims from top to bottom. You had Def Jam, Tadpole, Reaper, Toasty Toes, Jakey, LW Amazon, Stoyan, Trials War, Fads, Caliber, Taj, Kyojo. You've had across the board a great number of fights, great opponents on all fighters. Fantastic job to all who won. Condolences to those who losses. But that is us done for tonight's card.
Yeah, 100%. We'll be back next week though, Friday and Saturday, like we said. If you want to jump on
Only the
Prime Time.
Saturday.
On the Saturday next week, I do apologise, but yeah, jump into the chat, get on the Discord, and do support us. Doc, how we going with the
I
raid today?
believe we're going to be sticking to raid, so please stick around for that at the end. And with that all said, that's us from PT. Have a good night. Adios.